Hello students, now we'll discuss 2016 December O-Level examination paper 2. So 32 means the mathematics number, E means English medium and 2, part 2 means paper 2. So in this paper you get 3 hours and again 2 sections, part A and part B. Here you have to select 5 questions from 6 questions and you can ask for line papers and also a graph paper to draw the graph, and make sure that you write your index number on all the papers. How many marks you are getting for both parts? You get 10 marks each for part A as well as part B questions, and when it comes to time you can spend 18 minutes per question. Now you are getting 10 minutes additional time to read the paper. So during that time make sure that you select 5 questions from part A and 5 questions from part B. So let's do part A now. So in this important comments here, you have given the volume of the cylinder pi r squared h and volume of the sphere over 3 pi r cubed. So you don't need to memorize all these, it's given. Now we'll do 1 and 2. Question number 1 is a quadratic graph question. So here 5 parts are there. So we'll do step by step. An incomplete table prepared to draw the graph of the function y equals 4 minus x into x minus 2 is given below. Find the value of y when x equals 1. So here you have to find out the y value when x equals 1. So that's substitution. 4 minus, instead of x I can put 1 minus 2. According to Bodmer's, you have to do multiplication first. 1 minus 2 is minus 1. Minus 1 into minus 1 plus 1. So you get 5. So this space is 5. So that's the first part. Using the scale of 10 small divisions as 1 unit along the x-axis and along the y-axis, draw the graph of the above function on a graph paper. So we need to draw the graph. So 10 squares 1 unit. So that means one small square is 1 over 10. That means 0.1. So we'll first decide the y-axis starting from minus 2, minus 1, 0. So somewhere here. So you can draw the y-axis first. And then you can mark the values for y. So maximum is 5. So we can start from 5 here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, minus 1, minus 2, up to minus 4, minus 3, minus 4. Then you can draw the x-axis. This is x-axis. And this is y-axis. So again, x-axis you can label. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, up to 4 enough, and minus 1, minus 2. So that's the scale of x and y. Make sure that you write down along this one square means 0.1 and along y-axis 0.1. So you get 1 mark for that. And then we can mark the points. Minus 2, minus 4. Minus 2, minus 4 here. Minus 1, 1. 0, 4. 1, 5. 2, 4. 3, 1. And 4, minus 4. Now you can connect points smoothly. So here to here and here to here. Then I can use the ruler only for these 2 points. If you are shaky, you are not getting the correct line. So make sure that you draw it here to here, from here to here. So this is the curve. Now you can answer the questions. Find the range of values of x which y decreasing -4 and 1, in between -4 and 1. -4 is this line. -4 and 1. 1 equals. So you can draw a line along y. And it says decreasing. Decreasing y value. So which part? This part is increasing. So you have to take this part. So this part they are asking here to here. When this is decreasing, what are the possible values of x? So x here is 3, here 4. So in between 3 to 4. X is in between 3 to 4, but we can say this is equal. Equal to x equal 1 means equal to 3. So you can put an equal sign here, not for the value of 4. So that's the answer for part 3. So how many marks you are getting for these 2 steps? So we'll look at the marking scheme. Y equals 5. That's just 1 mark for calculating the y value, and correct scale 1 mark, and then marking the points 1 mark and connecting smoothly you get 1 mark. And also writing down this x values 3 to 4, you get 2 marks for that, 1 and 1. And now we can do the next part. Next part, suppose that the given function is written in the form y equals x minus p whole thing squared plus q. Indicate the point PQ on the graph as M. So that means PQ are the coordinates here. When you write in this form, that means we are talking about the turning point. So this is the turning point M then. They are talking about this point. So what's the x value there? X is 1, y value is 5. So how you write down the equation? You can write down the equation as x is 2, x is 1 for the turning point. So this becomes -1 squared and y equals plus 5. So you write y value as it is, and here if it's plus you put negative here. So minus x minus 1 whole thing squared plus 5 is the equation. And what's the point PQ? P is 1 and Q is 5. That's the M coordinate. Using the graph, find the positive value of x such that x squared minus 2x equals 4 to the first decimal place. So we'll have a look at this equation, x squared minus 2x equals 4. Take all terms to other side. 0 equals 4 plus 2x and minus x squared. Now, what's the graph we drew? 4 minus x, x minus 2. Now you can see, you can write in that form. When you take minus x squared first, you get x here, and this becomes minus 2. Minus minus becomes plus 2x. So that means the previous graph, this is y equals 0 line. So where you get y equals 0 line, that means the x axis. So what are the solutions intersecting with the graph and the x-axis? This value and this value. So 3.2 and minus 1.2. So those are the two values, but we need only the positive value of x. So what's the x value, positive x value? You can take 3.2. So x equals 3.2. We are selecting only the positive value. So using the graph, find the positive value of x such that x squared minus 2x equals 4 to the first decimal place. So this is the answer when this becomes 0. So that's all for this question, and we'll see how many marks. So you get 1,5 and marking the M point, two marks. So marking M point and this 1,5, 1 and 1, 2 marks. And then showing this is y equals 0 and taking the positive value, that's 1 and 1 mark here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So altogether 10 marks for this question. And now we'll do question number 2. So in question number 2, that's a statistics question, and you get 4 parts in that. So we'll do that now. The information obtained from a survey conducted to find out how much time it takes for a doctor to examine a patient who arrives at the outpatient department of a certain hospital is given in the following table. 100 patients were used in the survey. In the table, 2 to 4 denotes the time interval greater than 2 and less than or equal to 4. So that means the upper boundaries include but not the lower boundary. So here 6 is included, not 4. And it says using a suitable assumed mean or otherwise find the mean time taken by a doctor to examine a patient. So how you do that? So first you can write down the time taken to examine a patient. So that's in minutes. Time in minutes. And then you need mid value. So we'll take mid value as x, and then you can write down the frequencies and deviation and multiply f and d. So you need always, if you are using assumed mean, 5 columns. So time is given 2 to 4, 4 to 6, 6 to 8, 8 to 10, 10 to 12, 12 to 14. And then this is the total. So mid value, how you do? Add and divide by 2. 2 plus 4 divided by 2, that's 3. This is 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, 8. These are the mid values. Frequencies 19, 32, 37, 6, 4, 2. That's altogether 100. Now we need to find out the deviation. So we'll take the mid value of the highest frequency as the assumed mean. So 37. So normally we take that, the mid value of the model class. So 7 is the assumed mean. Then what is the deviation? you subtract 7 from that. So here 5 minus 7. So this is minus 2 minus 4. This becomes 0. Here this way positive 2, 4, 6. Now you can multiply. 19 times 4. 76, that's minus. 32 times 2. Minus 64. And here this is 0. 6 times 2, 12. 4 times 4, 16. And 6 times 2, 12. When you add it, you get 0, 4. Minus 140. And what's the addition here? 10 and 4. So 40. So 40 minus 140, you get minus 100. So minus 100 is the total of sigma, total of FD, minus 100. Now you can find out the mean value. Mean is assumed mean plus sigma FD over sigma F. Assumed mean is 7 and this is minus 100 over 100. So 100 and 100 get cancelled out. You get 7 minus 1 means 6. So that means doctor takes 6 minutes to examine a patient. So that's the mean value. So we'll see how you get marks for this step. So according to the marking scheme, so you get marks for each column like mid value, finding the mid value, 1 mark. And finding FD, column 1 mark, and total, you get 1 mark. Then finding the mean, so this formula 1 mark and 6 answer 1 mark. So 5 marks for the whole thing, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we'll see how we can do the next one. Find the percentage of patients who were examined for more than the mean time. Now what's the mean time we found? 6 minutes. More than 6. So here this is 6 or less than. More than 6 means we have to add these values. 37, 6, 4, 2. 37, 6, 4, 2. How many altogether? 10, 47, 49. So what's the percentage value? 49 out of 100 patients. So that's equal to 49%. That's the answer. Then it says each doctor in this department examines patients for 6 hours per day. Find the number of patients that can be examined by a doctor during a day. So 6 hours, first convert to minutes. 6 times 60 minutes. Each patient, doctor takes to examine each patient 6 minutes. So when you divide by 6, you get number of patients that doctor can examine per day. Number of patients. So 6 get cancelled out. That means 60 patients the doctor can examine. Estimate the minimum number of doctors required to examine 400 patients who arrive at the outpatient on a certain day. So we know 60 patients, 1 doctor. So how many doctors need for 400 patients? So 1 over 60 into 400. So 0 get cancelled out. You get 40 divided by 6. So you get 6, 36 and 4 over 6. 4 over 6. So this is a fraction, 6 and more. So what's the minimum number of doctors needed? That should be 7. So minimum number of doctors that's 7. You can't take 6 because this is more than 6. So minimum should be 7 because that should be a whole number. Now we'll see how many marks. Getting 49%, that's just 1 mark. And 60 patients, 2 marks here. And last one, 7 doctors. This is 1 mark for the method and 1 mark for the answer. 2 marks there. So altogether 10 marks for this question. Now let's take the next question. Question number 3, 4, 5, 6. So let's take question number 3. A computer which is sold for a cash payment of 80,000 rupees can also be bought by making a down payment of 20,000 and paying the rest in 12 equal monthly installments. In this case, the interest is calculated on the reducing balance at an annual interest rate of 24%. Calculate the value of a monthly installment. So we can first start with the amount that you need to pay with the down payment method. So what's the remaining amount you have to pay? Remaining amount. 80,000 is the total price and pay 20,000 first. So you subtract 20,000, so you get 60,000 rupees. That's the amount you have to pay with reducing balance method. Now next you can find out what's the installment value without the interest, because it says 12 equal monthly installments are there. So find monthly installment without interest. So you have to divide by 12. So that means 5,000 rupees. Then what's the next step? You have to find out the month's units, or we can find out the interest per month. Interest per month. Annual interest rate month. Annual interest rate is 24%. 24%, and when you divide by 12 you get monthly installment. So here you have to divide by 12 and multiply by 5,000. So 12 times 2 and 2 zeros get cancelled out. So you need to pay 100 rupees as the interest per month. Now, how many months units are there? Because we are paying this amount using reducing balance method. The next step is to find out months units. Number of months units. This is 12. Installments 12 plus 11 plus like that. What's the formula? Up to 1. So there's a formula. So you take 12 multiplied by the next number. That's 13 divided by 2. So 6 times 13. 78 installments. Months units are there. So what's the total interest you are paying? So 100 for each month unit, and you have to pay 78 month units. So the interest you have to pay. Interest is 78 times 100. So what's that? 7,800 rupees. Now you can find out the interest per month unit. So what's the interest per month unit? Interest per installment. We'll write installment. Interest per installment. This amount divided by 12. 12 times 6, 72. And for 60, that's 5. 650 rupees. So what is the amount you have to pay for one installment? Amount for one installment is earlier 5,000 rupees, and then 650 is the interest. So you have to pay 5,650 rupees. So that's the answer. So now how you get marks for each step? So we'll have a look. So you are getting 1 mark for finding this remaining amount, and then divide by 12 and getting this 1 mark, and 78 number of months units, 1 mark, and getting 100 rupees, 2 marks you are getting. So you are dividing by 12 for a month, so 1 mark and 1 mark there. So 2 marks for this step, and 7,800, 2 marks, and final step, adding 5,000, and altogether these 3 steps, 3 marks. So 1 mark, 1 mark, and 1 mark here. So 5,650. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So altogether 10 marks for the whole question. Now let's take the next question. The figure shows the location of 4 statues A, B, C, D on a city plan drawn to scale. Here BAC is 90, ADC is 90, AC is 10 centimeters, and AD is 9.4 centimeters. So you get 3 parts here. So we'll do separately. You take the first one. By considering the triangle ACD, we'll draw it separately. ACD. It's a right angle triangle. So D is the 90-degree angle. By taking ACD triangle and using the trigonometric tables, find the magnitude of ACD, this angle, and show that it is 70 degrees to the nearest degree. So AC is given 10 centimeters and AD 9.4. So to this angle, this is opposite and this is hypotenuse. So what's the suitable ratio? Sine of ACD is equal to 9.4 over 10. Then that becomes 0.94. You can put 2 zeros because we are referring values with 4 decimal places. So you have to use the sine table, natural sine table, and refer where you get 0.94. 0.94 here, 9397 is there, so you need 3 more. That's 3. 70 and 3. 70 degrees and 3 minutes is ACD. When you refer the sine table, sine inverse of 0.94. Now this is in minutes. So if this is more than 30, we add 1 to that. So this is just 3. So you can write 3 minutes is less than 30 minutes. So we don't add 1. Because of that, this is approximately, we can say 70 degrees, not 71. So that's what you need to show to the nearest degree, that's 70 degrees. So that's the first part. So now check how you get marks for this step. So writing down the correct sine ratio, 1 mark. And find this 0.94, 1 mark. And referring the sine inverse and get 70 and 3, 1 mark. And writing that 3 is less than 30 minutes and the condition. That's why this is 70 degrees. So 1 mark. 4 marks for the whole thing. Let's take the next one. Find the magnitudes of BCD. BCD, this angle. And ACB. ACB, this angle. And using the trigonometric tables, find the length of AB. But there's a small part given. It says the bearing of D, this point, from C is 242. So that means from north, so this is north, from north clockwise direction here is 242. Now how can we find out this angle? Now extend this line, north line. You can find out this angle. What's that? 242 minus 180. Because this is a straight line. So this is 180. So you can find out this angle. Subtract. You get 62 degrees. This is 62. But we know that according to the diagram, it says here, this is 90 here, just check it. The figure shows the location of 4 statues and the triangle ACD. So nothing mentioned about this length. So here to here, this is the north, and we found out previously 70 degrees. What's that? What's the 70-degree angle? ACD. ACD. This whole thing is 70. So I'll mark it here. This is 70 degrees. And this is 62. Can you say this sentence? C is located due east of B. So this is a horizontal line to this one. So this is 90 degrees. So north and east, 90 degrees. Now you can find out easily this angle. BCD angle. What's BCD? 90 minus 62. So 28 degrees. Then what's the other angle? This angle we want. ACB. ACB. ACB angle is 70 minus this angle. Because we found this is 28. The whole thing is 70. 70 minus 28. 42 degrees. And after that we need to find out the length of AB. How we find out length of AB? You need to think about again what's the suitable trigonometric ratio. So length of AB. We know length of AC, that's 10, and AB we need to find. And we know this angle. So what is ACB angle? That's 42. So you can use that triangle. Triangle ABC. To this angle, AB is opposite and AC, that's 10, is 10 centimeters, is the adjacent. So 10. Tan 42 equals AB over 10. So what is AB? 10 times tan 42. Tan 42. 42 value is 0.9004. 0.940, not 94, 9004. 004 multiplied by 10 means moving one place to the right. 9.004 centimeters is the length of AB. So that's the other part. So we'll give marks for these questions. So you are getting 28 degrees, that's 2 marks. Finding this. ACB 42 degrees, you are getting 3 marks there. Finding this angle and subtracting from this. So BCD you got 2 marks and here just 1 mark for this. Altogether 3 marks. And then tan 40, correct trigonometric ratio, 1 mark here. And finding the value here, this one, 1 mark. And the final answer, 1 mark. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 10 marks for the whole question. Now do question number 5. So you get first one, The following describes how the students and teachers of a school are involved in a tree planting event organized by the School Environmental Society. So this is about solving equations and making simultaneous equations. So how we do the first part? It says a total of 16,500 rupees is collected, with each student contributing 150 rupees and each teacher contributing 500 rupees. Then 330 saplings are bought with this money and all of them are distributed to be planted by giving each student 5 saplings and each teacher 2 saplings. By constructing a pair of simultaneous equations and solving them, find the number of students and number of teachers. So in this question, you are not given what is x and what is y. So you can define that. So we'll take number of students is x and number of teachers y. You can take other way around as well. Number of teachers, that's y. Now we'll read again and try to construct the equation. A total of 16,500 is collected, with each student contributing 150 rupees and each teacher contributing 500. So that's the total. So we can make an equation. 150 each student, and x students are there, and each teacher pays 500 rupees and y number of teachers are there. So the total is 16,500. That's your first equation. Now try to construct the other equation. Then it says 330 saplings are bought with this money and all of them are distributed to be planted by giving each student 5 saplings. So each student 5 saplings and each teacher 2 saplings. So what's the equation you can create now? 5x and 2y altogether 330. That's your second equation. Now you need to simplify and find what is x and y. So first thing we can do, take the first equation and we can divide everything by 25. Divide everything by 25. How many 25s for 150? 4, 5, 6. So that's 6x. Divide by 25, you get 20. You can simplify further. We'll see first. Divide by 25. So you get 650. Then you get 150. So we are dividing by 25. So 25, you are getting 6, that's 150. So 15, you are getting 150 again. So that's 6 and 0. Again divide by 25, you get here 6, then 6, 0. So that's the answer. Now you can simplify further. You can divide by 2. You can divide the whole equation by 2 again. 3x plus and 10y equals, so you get here, divide by 2, you get 330. So I'll label this as third equation. Now you have to make the same coefficient. So 2 and here 10. I'll take the second equation, multiply by 5. 5 times 5, 25x. 5 times 2, 10y. 5 times 330. 1650. That's my fourth equation. Now you can see same coefficient for y and same sign. So you can subtract the two equations. I can subtract 4 minus 3. Otherwise you are getting negative answer. So 25 minus 3, that's 22x is equal to 1650 minus 330. You get 7. Check whether this is 5. No, not 7. So here 0, 5 minus 3, 2, 6 minus 3, 3, 1. Check it again. You get that value. So what's x? 1320 divided by 22. You get 22 times 6, 132 and put a 0. So x equals 60. So x means number of students. So 60 students are there. Now you can find out number of teachers. So which equation is easy to take? We'll take the second one and substitute x is 16 that. So take the second equation, 5 into 60 plus 2y equals 330. So here you get 300, take it to the other side. You get 2y equals 330 minus 300, that's 30, divide by 2, that's 15. So number of teachers 15 and number of students 60. So that's the final answer. Now we'll give marks for each step. So this is your equation. So you get definitely 1 mark for equation. 1 here, 1 there. And then trying to make the coefficients equal, 1 mark. And simplifying 1 mark. And finding any one variable, another 1 mark. And substituting to the other equation and finding y value, another 2 marks. And writing down, in this case you are getting marks for writing down number of students and number of teachers, another 1 mark. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 for this step. That's first part. Now we'll take a look at the second part. If instead of the above method of distributing the saplings, each student is given P saplings and each teacher given Q saplings. So students, teachers. So P saplings and Q saplings. And we know 60 students are there, 15 teachers. Some saplings will remain undistributed. So that's an important condition. Remain undistributed, write an inequality in terms of P and Q using this information. So that means extra saplings are there. So the total 60P plus 15Q is less than or equal to remain undistributed means actually not equal. So you can't say equal sign. This should be less than. Altogether, how many saplings are there? 330 saplings. So this should be less than 330. So that's the inequality. You can simplify if you want, but you are getting marks for this step as well. So you can divide by 15. 15 times 4, 15 times 1, here 1, and 15 times 2, 30, and for 30 another 2, so 22. So this is the other part. So you get 2 marks for the whole thing. So even for this mark you get full marks. So 1 mark for this side and 1 mark for this side. You can write simplified version as well. So that's the last part of this question. Now we'll take the next question. Question number 6. You get 5 parts. We'll do step by step. The part P obtained by cutting a rectangular metal sheet of length 4 meters and breadth 2 meters along 2 straight dashed lines as shown in the figure is a square. So P is a square. Find an expression in terms of x for the area of the rectangular part labeled Q in the figure. So here it says the side length of the square is x. How you write down the area of B? Area of Q. Take a look. The whole length is 4. This is x. So what is this length? 4 minus x. What is the breadth of this area? So whole thing is 2 and this is x. So this part becomes 2 minus x. Now you can multiply length and breadth. So 4 minus x and 2 minus x. Multiply. 4 times 2, 8. Minus 4x. Minus 2x. And here minus minus plus x squared. Simplify, you get 8 minus 6x plus x squared. So that's the area of Q. This is in meters. So square meters is the unit. Now the second part, it says the area of P is twice the area of Q. So you can write down for the second one, area of P is double of, twice as area of Q. So 2 times this one. 8 minus 6x plus x squared is equal to area of P is x into x, x squared. Now multiply everything by 2. 2 times 8, 16 minus 12x plus 2x squared. Now take all terms to one side. Take all terms to one side. This is 0. That's x squared minus 12x plus 16 equals 0. So that's what the equation you need to show. X squared minus 12x plus 16 is equal to 0. So that's the second part. Now we'll take the next part and we'll see how many marks for this step. Finding the area of Q, 4 minus x and 2 minus x, 2 marks. And equating this one here, you get 2 marks and 1 mark for showing this equation. So 3 and 2, 5 marks for this part. Now we'll take the next part. Part 3. Using the formula or some other method, show that x equals 6 plus or minus 2 root 5. So, if you are using the formula, can you remember the formula? X equals minus b plus or minus b squared minus 4ac over 2a. So, you need to memorize the formula. You can use any other method. So, I'll do with completing square method. So, what's the equation you got? X squared minus 12x plus 16 equals 0. So, we can write down, take 16 to the other side, that's minus 16. Now, you need to find out the constant that you need to add. So, what you do? You divide this by 2 and square it. 6 squared, 12 divided by 2 is 6, 6 squared is 36. So, you are adding 36 to both sides. So, this becomes square root of x squared, square root of 36, and the sign is minus x minus 6 whole thing squared is equal to 36 minus 16 is 20. Take square root both sides. X minus 6 is plus or minus square root 20. How can you write square root 20? 20 I can write 4 times 5. So, square root 4 is 2. So, I can simplify and write 2 root 5. So, x is 6 plus or minus 2 root 5. So, that's the x value. So, that's the third part. And it says fourth one, show that the value 6 plus 2 root 5 is not suitable. Why it is not suitable? We'll check. So, this is third part. Fourth part. Now, what are the solutions you can get? You can get 6 plus 2 root 5 or x equals 6 minus 2 root 5. Now, when you take this part, now look at the diagram. The breadth is 2. So, the value you are getting here should be smaller than 2. Now, what happens if it's 6 plus 2 root 5? This value becomes greater than 2. So, here when you take 6 plus 2 root 5, I can write here x 6 plus 2 root 5, because you are getting 6 and adding another 2 times 2 point something. So, this is more than 2, but the breadth of the full rectangle is 2. So, you can write this length is greater than 2. So, not possible as maximum. Breadth is 2 there. So, 2 there. So, you can't take that value. Now, what's the possible solution then? By taking the value of root 5 is 2.24. You are asked to find out the solution. Now, what's the solution? X becomes 6 minus 2 root 5. 6 minus 2 times 2.24. They are asking to take 2.24. Find the suitable value for x. So, just substitute and find out the x value. 6 minus 2 times 4, 8. 2 times 2, 4. 4. You get 2. 8 plus 2, 10. And this is 5. 5, 10. And if this is 5 and 1. So, 1.52. What's the unit? Unit is in the other side. Let's have a look at units. It's not given. 2 meters. So this is all in meters. So the value is 2 meters. So this is 1.52 meters. Now we'll see how many marks you are getting. So showing using any method, quadratic formula or using completing square method, that's 3 marks. 1 mark, 1 mark and 1 mark here. 3 marks for that. And then showing that this 6 plus 2 root 5 is not possible, you get 1 mark. And fifth part, finding the answer, you get just 1 mark. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 10 marks all together. So this is up there. So we'll have a look at the next question. So that's part B now. Again, you have to select 5 questions out of 6. So try 7, 8, 9, 10 now. Question number 7, you get 2 parts, arithmetic progression and geometric progression. So we'll do the first one now. The first term of a given arithmetic progression is A. So here, first one is A. A is 3. 11th term is 43. T11 is 43. Show that the common difference is 4. So how you do that? You can use the formula Tn. So T11 is first term plus 11 minus 1 means 10d. So that's equal to 43. A is 3 equals 10d. Take 3 to the other side. So 10d becomes 43 minus 3. That's 40. Divide by 10. D becomes 4. So that's how you can show this one. Part 2. Find the sum of the first 20 terms of the progression that is obtained by removing the terms in the even positions of the given progression, such as the second term, fourth term, sixth term onwards. So what's the starting value? 3. And this is D is 4, adding 4. So 3 plus 4, 7. 7 plus 4, 11. 11 plus 4, 15. 15 plus 4, 19, like that. But they are removing even positions. So this one. So like that, removing even positions. So that means the first term of the new sequence is 3. What's the difference now? Difference you have to calculate from this one. These two. 11 minus 3. So what is 11 minus 3? 11 minus 3 is 8. So difference is 8 now. How you got 8? 11 minus 3. We know the first term now. Difference is 8. Sum of first 20 terms. So how you find out? S20. You can use n over 2. We don't know the last term, so easy to use 2a plus n minus 1. That's 19 into d. d is 8. Now simplify. Here you get 10. 3 times 2, 6. 90 times 8. 8 times 9, 72. 7 remaining. 8 times 1, 8 plus 7, 15. So 10 times 158. So you get 1580 is the sum of 20 terms. Now we'll see how you get marks there. So you get D equals 4, showing that only 2 marks. And D equals 8, 1 mark. And finding S20, 1580, you get 2 marks. So here 1 mark, here 1 mark for the answer. 3, 4, 5. 5 marks altogether. Now let's take the second part. Part B, the common ratio of a geometric progression is 2. R equals 2. And the sum of its first 6 terms, S6 is 7. Find the first term and the fifth term of this progression. So some formula you need to know. Can you remember? There are 2 ways you can write. If R is greater than 1, whole numbers, you can write Sn equals A. This becomes R minus 1. And here R to the power n minus 1. If R is less than 1, what you do? You take 1 minus R. And here A times 1 minus R to the power n. So which one is suitable here? R is 2 means you can take that one. So we'll write a formula for S6. N is 6. I'll write first S6 is equal to A R to the power n is 6 over R minus 1. Now we'll substitute. S6 is 7. A we don't know. R we know is 2. 2 to the power 6 minus 1. 2 minus 1. So what's the 2 minus 1 is 1. That means A equals here 7 divided by 2 to the power 6 minus 1. So what's 2 to the power 6? We know 2 to the power 5 is 32. 32 times 2, 64. 64 minus 1. So 7 over 63. So that's the first term. So check it again. We'll check the answer sheet and see whether it's correct. So that's correct, but you can simplify. So what is 63? 7 times 6. 7 times 9. 7 times 9, 63. So you can simplify and write 1 over 9 for the first term. And then you have to find out fifth term. So what is fifth term? T5. T5 is A R to the power 5 minus 1. That's 4. Now substitute the values. A equals 1 over 9. R is 2 and 2 to the power 4. So 2 to the power 4 is 16 over 9, or you can write 9 times 1, 9 and 7 over 9. So that's the fifth term. Now we see the marking scheme, how you get marks there. Correct sum formula and substituting to it 1 mark and finding A value 1 mark, 1 over 9. And then T5, finding this one 1 mark, and 16 over 9 you can leave as it is or you can simplify, but you get full marks for this as well. So altogether 5 here and 5 for the previous question, 10 marks altogether. Now you can try the construction question. So you can use only the compass and the ruler to construct diagrams. So you get 4 parts here. So we'll do it. Use only straight edge with centimeter millimeter scale and a pair of compasses for the following constructions. Show the construction lines clearly. Construct the triangle ABC such that AB is 6.5 and AC is 5 centimeters and BAC is 60 degrees. So we'll first draw a line segment and we can mark a point. So we'll take, that's A. Now take the ruler and the compass. We need to measure 6.5 length. So we'll first measure 6.5 length. And you can mark the B point. That's B. 6.5 centimeters. And A angle. A angle is 60 degrees. So you can take any length. Draw an arc here and arc in the middle. And here you can keep the compass on top of this point and draw the other arc. So now you can take that intersecting point and connect to point A. So this is the line. Now you can mark C point. What's AC length? That's 5 centimeters. So you need to measure 5 centimeter length. And then you can mark the C point. Mark the C point. So C is here. Now take the ruler again and connect B and C. So this is the ABC triangle. This is 60 degrees and this is AC is 5 centimeters. What's the next step? Construct the angle bisectors of BAC. This one and ABC. And name their point of intersection as O. So we'll draw the angle bisectors. So here already we have this line, so we'll take any length from here then, because we need to bisect the angle. So here you keep on top of this point, draw an arc in the middle and keep on top of this point and draw the other arc. So that's the angle bisector of A angle. Now we'll do B angle. You have to take any length from here. We'll take a smaller length and draw an arc here and here. Take a longer length, it's easy. Otherwise all arcs are inside the triangle. So we'll take a longer length and you can mark in the middle, here and here. Keep here and mark the other arc. So the intersecting point you can connect with the ruler, here to here. Now two bisectors are there. Intersecting point of both bisectors is the O point. So this is O. Third part, construct a perpendicular from O to side AB. Name its foot M and construct the incircle of the triangle ABC. So you need to draw a perpendicular. How you draw a perpendicular? Take the compass from O, you take any distance and you can mark 2 arcs on AB. So we'll take this one and this point. Now take the same distance or more than that, and you can mark the arc in the middle, this one, and keep it here and draw the other arc here. Now you can connect O with this point. So I'll connect this point with O and extend that. So this is the perpendicular drawn from O. Now they're asking, draw the incircle. So where's the radius? Radius is O to this one. So that's the radius of the incircle. Incircle means it touches all the sides of the triangle. It touches all sides of the triangle. So here, this is the radius. This is the radius of the circle. Check whether it passes through all the points. So here slightly up, we'll take again correctly. Now check. Now it's correct. So I'll take a different color for the circle. Now you can draw the incircle. Inscribed circle also sometimes we call. That's the incircle. Touches all the sides of the triangle ABC. So name the foot. Here we forgot that. You have to name the foot of the perpendicular as M. So this is M. So you get marks for that as well. So now we'll see how many marks you get. So in this question, you get 3 marks for constructing the triangle. So 3 marks for the triangle ABC. And angle bisectors, 1 each. 1 mark for this one and 1 mark for this. And then the perpendicular from O and marking M, 2 marks. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 marks for this part. And we'll have a look at the next part. Now we'll do the 4th part. A point D other than M should be found on the incircle such that the tangent drawn to the circle at D is parallel to AB. So this is parallel to AB. So that means here along this line, this should be the D point. Find such a point, name it D, and construct the tangent to the circle at D. So this line is perpendicular to this one. That means this should be the D point. So this is the angle perpendicular bisector. So this is D. And now we have to draw a tangent line. How you draw a tangent line? So that means now we have to draw a perpendicular at D to this line. Now take the compass. Now we are drawing a perpendicular at D. So D is this point. So take any distance and mark 2 points. So I'm taking different color now. So mark arc here and arc to the other side. And now take those 2 points and mark the other arc. So I'll take here Draw the arc here and keep on top of this point and draw the other arc. So here. Now we have the point, now connect. So that's the tangent line at B to the circle. Now draw it here to this D point, connect it. So that's the tangent line drawn at D, parallel to AB, and construct the tangent to the circle at D. So that's the last part. So how many marks for this step? So you get 3 marks. So MO, extend and marking D, 1 mark, and drawing the perpendicular to this one, and that's the tangent, 2 marks for that. So 3 here, and previously 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 3, 10 marks for the whole question. Now you can try question number 9. So this is about proofs actually. The center of the circle in the figure is O, and AB, BC and AC are chords of the circle. P is the midpoint of AB, already marked. The line drawn from P through O meets BC at D. It is given that AOP is X. Find ACD, this angle, in terms of X, and show that AODC is a cyclic quadrilateral. So where's AODC? AODC, cyclic quadrilateral. So that means, look at carefully, if this is X, if we can show that ACD is X angle, that's a cyclic quadrilateral. Why? Exterior angle of a cyclic quadrilateral is equal to the opposite interior angle. So we'll see what is ACD angle. So which one is the diameter is given, or the center of the circle in the figure is O. So this is the center. So we'll first connect O and B. So we need a construction line here. So you need to construct OB line. And we'll try to prove that these two triangles are congruent. AOP triangle and PAO triangle. These two lengths are equal. Why? Radius. So we can say OB is equal to OA. Radii, because that's the plural term. And it's given BP equals PA. It's given. It's given. And what else you know? OP is common. So we can say these two triangles are congruent because of side, side, side. Side, side, side. All corresponding sides are equal. So if these two triangles are congruent, this is X. So straight away you can write down that one, because congruent elements are equal. So you can write BOP angle. So BOP angle is equal to POA angle, and that's X. y congruent elements are equal. Congruent elements are equal. So x and x. Now we know this is x. So what's the other angle then? This is x, this is x. What is this angle then? Look at carefully. If AB is the arc, this is the angle subtended at the center. X and x, that's 2x. This is the angle subtended on the circumference. So what is the relationship? Half of that. So you can write AOB angle is equal to 2x and ACD angle is x, half of that. So you can write angle subtended at the circumference is half of angle subtended at the center. So that's x. So ACD is x. Now we found that's x. So we can say therefore, we'll write it here, AODC. So therefore AODC is a cyclic quadrilateral. What's the reason? The exterior angle of a cyclic quadrilateral is equal to opposite interior angle. Exterior angle of cyclic quadrilateral is equal to opposite angle. So if you want, you can write down that in terms of x. So you can write POA. So without writing this, PAO, P. So that means POA, not PAO. POA is equal to this angle and this angle, both are equals. ACD. ACD is x. So without writing this, you can write because of that. So the theorem is that when exterior angle is equal to the opposite interior angle, that's a cyclic quadrilateral. So now we'll see how you get marks for this question, whole question. So when you take the marking scheme, you see you are getting 2 marks. For showing that. This one here, 2 marks for writing down all these, and say this is congruent 1 mark, and the case 1 mark. So 2, 3, 4. And then 2 marks. This one 1 mark because of congruent, and another 1 mark for the reason congruent elements are equal. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 2 marks here using the theorem angle subtended at the center and the angle subtended at the circumference. So that's another 1 mark here, 1 mark for the reason. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 there, and finally 2 marks for showing that this is a cyclic quadrilateral. So 1 mark for the reason and 1 mark here. So 2 marks for the last part. So altogether 10 marks for this question. Now we'll do next one. Question number 10. This is also proofs. So you get 3 parts. So we'll do step by step. In the triangle ABC shown in the figure, the midpoints of the sides AB and AC are D and E respectively. The line DE produced meet the line through C drawn parallel to BA at F. Show that ADE triangle. So here ADE triangle and EFC triangle, both are congruent. So that's the first step. ADE triangle and CFE triangle. What you know? It's given. AE is equal to EC. That's given. Midpoint, because of midpoint. And can you see these two lines are parallel? So that means this angle is equal to this angle, and when you take other way around, or this angle, you can equate to this angle. That's opposite angles. So first we'll write CFE. CFE angle is equal to ADE angle. That's alternate angles. Then the other side, the opposite angles AED. AED angle is equal to CEF angle. That's opposite angles. Now we have 3 things. Side, angle. So you can say ADE triangle is congruent to CFE triangle because of angle, side. That's the first step. And the second part, it says join AF join AF and DC and show that ADCF is a parallelogram and that its area is equal to the area of the triangle ABC. So how we do that part? Now we found out these two triangles are congruent. So we can say these corresponding elements are equal. I'll mark this one as these two. So opposite to this angle, this one, and opposite to this angle. These two lengths are also equal. Now can you see in AFCD quadrilateral, the diagonals bisect each other. So what is the quadrilateral? That's a parallelogram. So I'll do the second part here. I'll do it. I'll do the second part here. Second part. So we can say DE is equal to EF. That means corresponding elements because of the previous part. Corresponding elements are equal. So this is equal. As well as we know AE is equal to EC. From these two we know that diagonals bisect each other. So therefore, it's a cyclic quadrilateral. So you can say ADCF. ADCF is a parallelogram. So that's this part. And you have to show that the area is equal to the area of the triangle ABC. So we'll do that. Last part. Now look at carefully this one. We need to find out the area of ABC. But we know area of this part, ADE triangle, and this triangle both are equal because we found out those two are congruent triangles. We can use that. So I'll do the last part here. ABC area. Area ABC is what? Area of ABC is area of BCED area plus ADE. Now, instead of ADE, I can write EFC area. Now, what you get here? BCDE plus EFC. Now, you get the parallelogram area. So, BCFE. Or I can write this BCFE. BCFD parallelogram. So that's this area, BCFD area. Now look at carefully. If you take this parallelogram and this parallelogram, both are in between the same parallel lines. Can you see that CF is the base and both are in the same parallel lines. So I'll show you clearly with another color. I'll take green color. Can you see this? CF CF is the base. And these two lines are parallel. Now look at carefully. This area and this area. What can you say? Both are equal. Same base and in between two parallel lines. Same parallel lines. So because of that you can write BCFD area is same as ADCF area. ADCF area because of same base CF and in between parallel lines CF and AB. CF and AB. In between the two parallel lines CF and AB. So these are equal. So what's the final answer? Therefore we can say area of the triangle ABC. So that's the left hand side. That's equal to the area of ADCF. So you can write area of ABC triangle is same as area of ADCF parallelogram. I'll draw the parallelogram there without writing. I can write parallelogram there. So that's the final part. Now we'll see how you get marks. So according to the marking scheme, you are getting 3 marks for identifying the congruency, everything 3 marks only. So 1, 2 and this is angle side, 3 marks for the first step. Then second part showing that this is a parallelogram. This part only 2 marks. And then showing BD and CF parallel. And ADCF parallelogram only 2 marks, and the other one BDCF parallel and the same base. So the area of the triangle is this one, another 1 mark, and here 1 mark. Here adding these two you are getting another 1 mark, and showing that this is area is this, and again showing that this one is equal to this one, that's 1 mark. So altogether 5 plus 3, 8. Just check whether we gave 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So those are the 2 parts. Now we have another part. So 8 marks for 1 and 2. Now we'll take the third part. Show that if DE is equal to AE, so DE is equal to AE, then ADC is 90. ADC. We need to connect this. Show that ADC is 90. It's easy. Now see, we found out these two triangles are congruent. So this is equal. These two lengths are equal. And here, these two lengths are also equal. If you put A is here, this is an isosceles triangle, this is A. To this triangle, if you put B here, this is also B because of isosceles triangle. But we know 2A plus 2B is 180. So what is A plus B? 90 degrees. A plus B is ADC. So that's easy. So we can say because of AE equals ED, ADE is an isosceles triangle and we can write down A and A. So EAD angle is equal to ADE angle and I can put A. Then similarly you can write because same thing. DE is equal to EC, EDC is equal to ECD angle, that's B. Now take ADC triangle. Sum of angles in a triangle A plus B plus B is 180. Sum of angles in a triangle. Now 2A plus 2B equals 180. Divide by 2 the whole equation. A plus B equals 90 degrees. What is A plus B? Can you see this is ADC angle? So ADC angle is 90 degrees. So that's the last part. So for this proof you are getting only 2 marks. So 2 marks for the whole thing. So that's altogether 10 marks for this question. Let's take the next one. You can try 11 and 12. Question number 11. A solid spherical glass ball of radius 21 centimeters is melted and 240 identical solid cylindrical glass discs. So 240 identical solid cylindrical glass discs are made. Assume that there is no change in the volume of glass in this process if the radius of each disc is r centimeters and height is r over 9. Show that r equals this. So we can equate the volumes. So what is the volume of the sphere? 4 over 3 pi r cube. So that's 21 to the power 3. That's equal to 240 of these cylindrical shapes. So what is the volume of the cylindrical shape? Pi r squared and h you have given r over 9. Now you can see pi get cancelled out. And then you can see r cube here is equal to 4 over 3. 21 cube is there. You multiply by 9 and divide by 240. So you get 4 times 6, 24. That's 60. 3 times 3, 3 times 20. And this 3 get cancelled out. So what's remaining? You get r cube is equal to 21 cube over 20. So when you take the cube root, so you get 21 in the numerator. So r becomes cube root of 21 cube. That's 21. And this part you get cube root of 20. So this is in centimeters. So that's the radius of the cylinder. And now you have to use logarithms table to find out the value of r correct to 2 decimal places. So we'll find out. So we'll do that in the next page. 21 over square root, not square root, cube root of 20. That's r. Take log both sides. Log r equals log 21 minus 1/3 of log 20. Log 21, that's 1 point something. So here use logarithmic tables. 21 0. 0.3222. 1/3 into log 20 means 1 point something. So at 20 0, 30 10. First divide by 3 here. You get 3 times 4, 12. And for 10, that's 3 times 3, 9. And for 11, 3 times 3, 9. And for 20, 3 times 6, 18. And again another 20. So 6. So it's better to write 7 there. So here 1.3222 subtract 0.4336. When you subtract, what you get? 4, 5, and then this becomes 4. 8 plus 4, 12. 1 remaining. So 4, 8, 12. 1 remaining. That's 5. 8 plus 5, 13. So 8, 8, 8, 5. So here you can ignore 4 because that's less than 5. 8, 8, 8, 5. Now antilog of this value is r. R becomes antilog of 0.8885. So we'll see, use the logarithmic tables and see where is 0.8885 in the second table. 8885. So here 82 is there. So that means you need 3 more. That's 5. 77, 3, 5. 77, 3, 5. So here this is 0 point, so this is 7.73. Now you have to write this answer correct to 2 decimal places. So what's the final answer? 7.74, because you have to round up, because 5 or more you have to add 1. So 7.74 centimeters is the radius of the cylinder. Now we'll see how you get marks. So the previous part, you get 1 mark to identify the volume of the sphere and 1 mark for the volume of the cylinder, and equating these two you are getting another 1 mark and 1 mark, and multiplying this by 240, then 1 mark for this part. So you get 2, 3, 4, 5 for this part, and the value, taking log both sides, 1 mark, and referring the tables and getting 1.3 and this 1 mark. Subtraction here, 1 mark there, 3, and taking the antilog value, 1 mark, and what's the other one? 7.741 mark. So here you are getting 4336. So here in the marking scheme, not rounded to 7. Here I put 6 and then rounded. So final answer is the same. So you get marks for that. So altogether 10 marks for this question. Now we'll do the last question. So last question about Venn diagrams. So you get 4 parts there. So we'll do step by step. The information given by 50 persons in a survey conducted to assess the popularity of test and one-day cricket matches revealed the following. So altogether 50. So at once you can write 50 here. 15 had watched test matches. So this is test matches. So altogether 15. So this is 15. 13 had watched both test and one-day matches. So that's the common part for test and one day. So this is 13. 5 had not watched matches of either of these two formats. So 5 outside. Copy the Venn diagram given below. Find the number of elements belonging to each region using the given information and write them in the relevant regions. So 15, 13 is there. So this becomes 2. Can you find out this part? Now 50, here 15 and 5, 20. 50 minus 20, you get 30 here. How many persons had watched one-day matches? So that means the whole circle. So that means 13 plus 30, you get 43 persons. Now we'll see how many marks for this step. We'll check how many marks here. 2, 13, 35. So all these regions you get 4 marks. 50, all these values showing 4 marks. And 13 plus 30, that's 2 marks. So 5 marks. 6 marks for these 2 steps. Now we'll look at the next part. So next part it says 33 of these 50 persons were males and they all had watched one-day matches. Moreover, 9 males had also watched test matches. Copy the above Venn diagram again. Include the subset males in a suitable way. Find the number of elements belonging to each region and write them in the relevant regions. And then find out how many females had watched one-day matches. So you need to draw it again. So what are the 2 circles? Test, one day. So here first you can draw the 2 test and this one. So that's the first part. So this is this circle, test matches, and this is one day. I'll put T and O. And male circle. Now, can you remember it says all males had watched one-day match. So that means the male circle should be inside this one, inside one-day matches. So somewhere there. So this should be males. So this is males. And we'll draw the rectangle now. So you have to draw it again. Okay. Now we can fill sum of the values from the previous one. We know 50 altogether. And how many are there? 15. This is 15. This is 2. Same as before. And 5 outside. And this part 13 and 30 there. 13 and 30. Okay, so now read this part. It says 9 males had also watched test matches. This is the male circle. This is the test matches. So 9 males watched test matches, means that is 9. And what are the other things that you know? This is 5. And can you remember previously? This is 13. 9 is already there. So what is this part? This should be 4. And the other part here, it was this part 30. 30 there. So these two, that's 30. Now we can try to fill. 33 of these 50 persons were males. Using that, you can easily do that. 33 is this circle. If this is 33 and this is 9, what is this value? 24. 24 plus 9, 33. And we know this whole thing is, this part is 30 from the previous one. This is 24. That means this is 6. So we filled all regions. Now we can answer the question. How many females had watched one-day matches? Females means outside the male circle, but watched one-day matches means only this area. So that's 6 here, and outside means here this area also possible. 6 plus 4, 10. Again, how many females? That means outside the male circle had watched one-day matches. So inside the O circle, that means 6 plus 4. So last part, that's 6 plus 4, you get 10 females had watched one-day matches. We'll look at the marking scheme and find out the marks. So we gave 6 marks for the previous 2 questions and this one. So 2, 4, 9, 24, 6 and 5. So 1 mark for the male circle and 4 and 9, 1 mark, marking 4 and 9, 24 and 6 marking 1 mark. So 3 marks for that, and finding 6 plus 4, 1 mark for this answer. So we completed all 12 questions in paper 2 2016 paper. So do the paper and check your answers by looking at my video.